also got another webcam, but I'm using the same one for now, but the old one for now. And also I got new internet service. Also got another webcam, but I'm using the same one for now, but the old one for now. And also I got new. Okay, there we go. I can mute you. And no, I don't want that. And we will go there. All right. So we got you up and running. All right, now let's go ahead and share the screen and go from there. All right. All right, we should be good to go. And then let me open this back up and hit the chat. All right. If you guys can see me, hear me, and see my screen, type in number 3 in the box, please. All right, cool. Perfect. All right. Listen, I hope you guys were able to check out the video I did on yesterday. I had posted it as promised, discussing the situation with these brokers, prop firms, some VPSs, and all that kind of stuff. I forgot everything I covered, but I hope that you were able to watch the whole thing in its entirety. And I apologize. I know that guy cusses a lot, but you know, I can look past that before the information he was sharing. Yes, we're just starting. Oh yeah, cool, Donna. You can see it. All right, cool. Okay, cool. So anyway, here's the deal. The guy is just a raw and uncut kind of guy. You know, he just gonna give it to you as is, and you know, it is what it is. But the good thing is I like dealing with people like that because you can somewhat trust them better than a person who's trying to give you flowers with their speech, talk real polite, talk with the right cadence, and they're bootleg and twisted as all get out. Okay. And they're scamming you with a smile on their face because you thinking that, oh, because they talk nicer, have a smoother tone, they have all the right words to say, you know, like some people who, when they go on a date with you, you know, they say all the right things, only to find out them rotten jokers ain't nobody. Okay. Or, you know, she puts on all the right makeup and all the right things, but the next day when you wake up, oh my God, who is she? Right? Okay. So false pretenses. Okay. Good commercial, bad content. I'll repeat that. Good commercial, bad content. All right. So when you're dealing with people in business, sometimes you're going to deal with raw people. They're very raw. They're very uncut. They're very genuine. And sometimes they just at a point where, you know what, I ain't got time to be playing around. I'm going to give it to you and either you like it or you don't. So sometimes I like dealing with people like that. Okay. So the guy, he did use a lot of cussing, but at the end of the day, he told a lot of truth that I've been trying to tell you guys. I just thought it would be better for you to hear it from a person who actually owns a prop firm to tell you what they are actually seeing in the prop firm industry so that you guys are very clear on when you make your next choice, or if you decide to use one, then here you go. Okay, that's that. Right now, you got a little bit better information. Let me see if I can pull this up as well. Give me a second. This was very helpful that Robert had shared in the group, in our Super Easy group, Simplicity group. And I'm going to put this link into the chat and you guys can use this. I thought that this link was very, very helpful when finding out who's a good prop firm to be used for your analysis of that, whether you do 1 step, 2 steps, or whatever. Okay, so I just put that link in there. You guys can go ahead and use that one and go from there. As a matter of fact, let me unclick some of this stuff because I was just checking out, okay, what if they do this? What if they do that? But either way goes, y'all can play with it and do that yourself, okay? So make sure to use that link, all right? Let's move forward. And if you're in the YouTube channel, please go over, if you're here right now, because it started at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in the YouTube channel and it's during this time, then come on over to the live class. So in case you have any questions, you can go ahead, raise your hand and ask a question. And it doesn't matter whether you're a part of Super Easy or not. Just make sure to just, you know, just be polite and everything else. But you don't have to buy anything. Just during the question and answer period, raise your hand and we will be good to go. Okay. Now, let me go over our announcements. The first one is I am not, I'm looking at, I got two cameras. I forgot. I've got to look at this one. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right. Number one, I'm not a financial advisor. So if you're looking for financial advice, please seek out a different financial advisor. Don't give financial advice. We just simply look at the charts and go from there. So if you're looking for, well, how much should I pay in taxes? How much should I do this and that? I don't get into that because that's not my area of expertise. Okay. I actually have a professional bookkeeping company and a professional accounting company who does ours for all transactions, for everything that goes on. There's very little that I even get involved with that process, other than they send me a monthly report and I have to go through each line by line, every transaction, say, yes, this did happen, or no, this is need to be disputed. Outside of that, I don't do that. Okay. Okay. Even when you guys are coming in to purchase anything, there's an outside firm I use for that. I don't want to know people's business. Okay. So I don't get into those things. All right. Number two, please make sure that when we get to the Q&A, that the question and answer period, that your background noise is under control, because this is being recorded for playback and they do want to hear your question and they do want to hear my answer. So please just make sure that you're in a non-noisy place. All right. Number three, this question comes up quite often, especially since we started the copycat service. So the question is, Uncle P, how much should I start with? How much is a good amount to start with? I don't want to open my mouth and say that, because again, that kind of leans into giving financial advice, which I don't want to do. Everybody's situation is different. Okay. But I will say this, and I have always said this, start with an amount that you feel comfortable with, where guess what? Win or lose, you're not going to be crying like a baby in the corner. So number one, start with whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay. Number two, make sure that whatever amount you start with, that it is an amount that you've already set aside away from paying your bills, such as childcare, house note or rent, car note, car insurance, food, baby mama, drama money, or whatever. Okay. This is money you saved up and you're ready to invest it into the market. And it's a small enough amount. It's good enough for you to be able to handle the whims of the market, which the market already started doing that this week. It started having some hissy fits and jumping around. Okay. News events is making it jump around. It's already been happening. So if your trade goes into drawdown, you're not going to cry. If you lose a trade, you're not going to cry. It's just a small amount. Plus, you have good risk management of 1% to 2%, so you can handle a number of trades at one time. So whatever that looks like for you, then start with that amount. Type a 20 in the box if you guys understand what I just said. I want to make sure you guys are getting this, because this question comes up every week. Every week it comes up. And that's always going to be my answer. Go start with what you feel comfortable with. I'm not going to give you that advice. Because I may say start with $1,000, but I may be talking to a millionaire. And I may be telling the millionaire start with $100,000 when I could be talking to somebody who just got a job and just getting out of the pit. And, it makes no sense. They'd be like, oh, I can't afford to be here. See what I'm saying? So I don't know people's personal history. And truth is, I don't want to know. Okay. I'll never forget a couple of years ago, I found out there was a NBA player or a basketball player in our group. I didn't know. And then they wanted to have a one-on-one meeting afterwards. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this person was even in here. See? So I don't know. I don't know who's who. And I like it like that so I can remain myself no matter who you are. I don't want to know your title, this and that, politician, but I don't want to know. I just want to be me and be authentic to you without any idea of what you do, so that now I feel uncomfortable. I don't want to feel that way. Okay. So let you guys make your own decision. Scammers, we have reduced. We haven't had that problem in a little bit. We had one person who's acting a little ignorant, but either way it goes, that seems to have died down. So we'll see. But if anybody's reaching out to you saying, hey, I can trade for you and, send me Bitcoin and then this and that, and I'm Uncle P, I'm this and I'm that, that's a lie. Okay. That is a lie. This is why quite often, it's not quite often, it's every time, anytime I start anything new for Super Easy, I always jump on the camera so that you can see my face and hear my voice. And therefore it is well established that it is me. Okay. It is me who's saying it. Okay. A lot of these scammers, they hide in the dark. They send you messages, but you really never see their face. You don't know who they are. They say they're this person, but you don't know for sure. Okay. And that is one of the reasons why everything I've done has always been on a camera in front of you guys, either here in class or on YouTube, so that you know, good or bad, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with what I'm doing or not, that's fine. But at least you know it is me. And I'm not hiding behind some sneaky stuff so that you'll never figure out who I am and I can do this and that. In fact, let me share this with you guys. Side note. I was sharing with Miss Donna. We had a conversation, and I told her, I said, you know, for me personally, as the face of Super Easy, and now the rest of everybody else, they can do whatever, you know, that's fine. That's cool because they're not the face of Super Easy. So if they make suggestions, that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. I be wanting to do it too. But I said, as the face of Super Easy, I can't make endorsements because, and watch this logic, okay? Because the broker who we just divorced last week, and many of you did, we've been with them for years, no problems. All of a sudden, they got 1 million customers, so they say, and all of a sudden they started doing some very shaky and shady stuff. Now, if my name was out there and I was saying every week, hey, I'm Uncle P, who represents Super Easy, not just a regular fellow trader, because a regular fellow trader, hey, they can just share, hey, I'm just sharing information. So that's cool. So, you know, Miss Jen, Dr. Ellis, and all them, that's cool. I ain't got no problem with it. Go who they, you know, whatever, that's up to them. But me being the person doing videos and teaching the classes, no, I can't. I don't feel comfortable because, you know, something like that happens. What happens? Everybody comes and hit me up, not that company. Uncle P, what did you, I don't know. They did me too. See what I'm saying? And so what happens is, yes, Donna, they blame me for everything. And that's been going on. Uncle P, my trading system ain't working. I look at it, I say, that's your broker. They froze your account. Why are you calling me? See, every little thing I get, Uncle P, no, Uncle P, me. Everything ain't me. Right. So what happens is this, and I was telling her this, what happens is a lot of these shady companies, they can go under, they'll blow you up and mess your reputation up because you was the face for them. And then they'll go under and they'll come back a couple of months later or a year later, rebranded as a totally different company and start repackaging themselves and remarketing themselves to you guys who don't know any better. And you're thinking, oh, we got a new broker. And it was actually the same joker who did you in last year. They just was behind the scenes. You never knew who they were. You never saw their face. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Type of 30 if you get this. This is how company owners hide. You never know who they were. Okay? And this is you got to be very careful. Very careful. They hide. The ship goes down. They hide. They get away with their dirt. And guess what? You is the face. And you don't even own the company. And then they repackage themselves and come right back out and do the same scam and shams again. So no, I just don't get involved. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Let's move on. I want to welcome all our YouTube family. I know several hundreds of you guys watched my class later, so thank you for joining. And I want to welcome all new people. All right. And so far in the copycat, let me check that and then we'll be done and we can go ahead and get started on the charts. So far we are 8-0 this week. I did close out a trade at break even. So for those who's in the copycat, I did close it out at break even because what's going to happen is it's going to go up, which it did. And it's going to possibly, according to what I'm so used to seeing, it's going to go up and it's going to do a pullback first. Okay. And some of you guys don't like pullbacks or drawdown. So I closed out at break even. I'm waiting for it to go back and retest it. And I'll probably get into it later on. That's why I closed it. So we don't have any losses this week on the copycat. And so we are at 8-0. And for the year as of right now, and this is in basically just call it 2 months in, we have 120 wins and only 11 losses. Okay, 120 wins and 11 losses. So thank you, Miss Donna, Dr. Elvis, and Miss Jenny for helping us to help our copycat family. Okay, all right. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the charts. So there's been a lot of little rumbling news, and here's what I've been watching. The euro just came out with something that made it jump like a jackrabbit. Look at that. All of them jumped. All of them jumped at the same time. Okay. So I'm hoping that they will drop like a rock at the same time. Okay. I'm hoping. I don't know what the news was because I was checking and I know they have their inflationary numbers coming out. So I don't know what made it jump suddenly. Let's go to the 1 hour on this one. You'll see it. See, y'all see that move? Let me share this, and I've been saying this for the longest, and we're not going to have a long class. So if you have any questions, you can start lining up and raising your hand now because we're not going to have a long class. Not much to talk about this week. But here's the deal. I've been telling you guys this, and this is a little secret that has always helped me when I'm trading. It has always helped me when I am trading. Okay. And when I'm talking about helping me, I mean psychology wise, psychologically, okay, how to handle a loss or being in drawdown. Okay, either one of those two. Nobody takes a trade and says, you know what, I want to take some trades so I can lose today. Nobody takes trades and says, you know what, I'm trying to purposely take these trades so I can be in drawdown. Okay. Oh, I keep forgetting this ain't the camera. Let me turn this one down. It's this one. Sorry. I got two cameras and I'm testing this new one, but I keep looking at that one when this is supposed to be the old one. All right, so here's the point. Nobody wants to be in drawdown and nobody wants to lose trades. That's not part of the deal. But does it happen in this business? The answer is yes. You should expect some of that to happen. It's going to happen, whether you like it or not. That's part of the game, okay? It's going to happen. It's going to happen to you because of the nature of this market. So one of the things I've trained myself to do, the moment I start seeing a trade going the wrong way, I don't want to take defense of myself or offense against myself and start criticizing myself saying, oh, well, maybe I ain't good enough. Maybe this. No, hold on, partner. Hold on. Let me get this light over. Okay, there you go. So it ain't right in my eyes. So I learned to back up and check similar pairs. Please write this down. This is just your little tip for today, and then we can get into question and answer about charts, and then we'll be done. Okay. But it has really, really, I can't tell you enough how much it has really helped me over the years. Okay. It has really helped me. Before you jump on yourself, before you jump on the trading system, before you start your blame game, because that's immediately what happens. We jump into a blame game, whether you blaming yourself, blaming the strategy, blaming the indicator, blaming God, blaming the devil, blaming whatever. Okay. Before you start the blame game, double check other similar pairs. If you understand that, please type a 40 in the box. I want to make sure you guys get this. It has calmed my soul in the Forex arena. And I'm not joking. It has calmed my soul. And when I say your soul, that's your mind, your will, and your emotions. That is the human soul. Your mind, your will, and your emotions is what makes up the human soul. This is why the Bible always talks about not winning a spirit. It says we are here to win souls, the mindset of the human being. Your mind is being controlled by your will, your mind, your will, and your emotions. So whatever is going on up that head, some of y'all dealing with a noisy head. That's why it's hard for you to even focus on learning Forex. You got so much noise going on in your head, your job, the family, the this, the that, the demands, and it's noisy in the house called your mind. And so when you take trades and they go against you, whether in drawdown or simply just hit your stop loss, nobody from the wealthiest to the poorest in this industry wants that. But does it happen? The answer is yes. So if it is an absolute 100% that there's no way you're going to get through your entire Forex career without suffering the loss of a trade or being in drawdown when you don't want to, then the question is, how can I not avoid it? But what is the question? Type. Let me see if y'all on point this morning. I want to see if y'all will. What is the real question you should be asking yourself? Let me see if somebody gets the answer. It can't be avoided. Come on, type. There you go. Matthias got it already. You got it. How do I handle it? How do I deal with this? Because it is, I'll give you a better example. Let me give it to you guys like this. Uh, I was on YouTube the other day, and I was watching some older fights by Terrence Crawford. Okay, and Terrence Crawford was whooping the heck out of people. But wouldn't it have been strange? Or let's go with somebody who you guys know, Floyd Mayweather, undefeated Floyd Mayweather. He's an undefeated fighter, never lost a fight in his entire career. That's freaking amazing. Undefeated. You go your whole career. Wouldn't that be nice in the Forex arena where you can go your whole Forex career without losing one single trade? That would be amazing. Okay. But that's not the point. The point is Floyd Mayweather is a multi-millionaire fighter, never lost a fight. However, that makes him a winner. But wouldn't it be stupid of him to say, well, I must not be a winner because I got hit? Wait a minute. Wait. Back your butt cheeks up. Back up 30 feet. Back up. So you're telling me that you're upset because you got punched in your face and punched upside your head during a boxing match. You won the match, but you pissed that you got punched along the way. Don't getting punched upside your head come with boxing? Yes or no? Type. I'm going to show you how ridiculous things are. Okay? Follow my logic. I'm talking about you. I'm gossiping about you, but in your face at the same time. Because until we stop acting like retailers, we'll never be successful professional traders. Okay? Now watch this. Every time you start cacking in the chat rooms and on YouTube and or wherever, Mike trader and then drawdown, Mike trader and then drawdown. You're already telling you that you're not ready for this, for the big leagues. That's like Mayweather saying, yeah, I won the fight, but I got hit. He hit me in my head. Well, you hit him 50 times. Well, yeah, it's boxing. You see how it doesn't make sense? It goes with the game. So mature up and stop crying about it. It happens. It happens. We don't like it, but in order to win in this game, it's just part of it. Type amen if you guys are understanding what I'm saying here. Come on, type. Talk to me. You want to come to class? You need to be taught to get your head straight. You don't hear professional traders talking about, oh, I'm in drawdown. I can't believe I'm in drawdown. How did I get in drawdown? Oh my God, I lost the trade. You don't hear that. Just like you don't hear professional fighters talk about, oh yeah, he punched me upside my head. It comes with the territory. Punch back. But in the retail community, see that thing? I can't believe it. Drawdown. Somebody sent me a screenshot the other day, and I said, I don't think this person's really ready for Forex. They sent me a screenshot saying, I'm in drawdown. I'm in major drawdown. They sent me a screenshot. One trade was down by $3. One trade was down by $5. And one trade, I think, was down by $2 or something like that. Another trade was down by $1. Look, it's getting stuck in my throat even talking about it. And I said, you consider that major drawdown? They ain't even $10 worth of drawdown. What are you talking about? But that let me know where they are. And that means they're just starting out, which is okay. But you can't stay there because you're complaining about getting punched. It's part of the game. because news events such as what's happening right in front of our eyes will come out of nowhere and put that trade into drawdown. You entered it expecting it to do one thing, news comes out and it spikes and you go into drawdown, or you could lose the trade. The truth of the matter is, it's just part of the game. You choose to play in a financial arena. So therefore, any world event or any event that happens in that particular country that you're trading a currency at any given time, a news event can come out and impact your trade. This is why it is not how many trades you take. It is not being 100% winners every week, although we strive for that. It is about money management so that if things like this happens, your account can handle it. Take a lick, and there was an old watch company. It said, we take a licking and keep on ticking. Remember back in the old day when my daddy was around, they used to talk about that. I think the company was called Timex or something like that. Takes a licking and keep on ticking. Yep, there you go, Robert. It was Timex. That's what they used to say all the time. And it was a slogan. People used to say, yeah, I'll take a licking and keep on ticking. That's what you got to do in Forex. It's going to happen to you. Look at this. Who expected this big old jump? And every single one of them did the same thing at the same time. Look at this. Every one of them did the same thing at the same time. So here's my little help for you. If every single one of the euros jumped up at the same time, did any of this have anything to do with your trading strategy, your analysis, your indicator, your this, your that? Did it have anything to do with that? Type, 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 type. Type, 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 type. Type, 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 type. Then this is my one go-to tool that I do all the time first. Because if I'm going to say maybe I made a mistake, or this didn't work out, or this and that, I have to go and do my due diligence first to see, was it something that just popped off up in that country to which I am trading their currency? And clearly, I don't care if I had $1 million trading system or a free one off of YouTube. It wouldn't have mattered if I was on the wrong side of the trade or the right side, because it really wasn't due to a strategy. It wasn't due to an indicator. It wasn't due to this and that. It was simply due to some news came out in that country that their currency is rejoicing temporarily. And that means there is nothing I can do about it. And how did I come to that conclusion? I could be in a trade on any one of these, but before I complain, I go to all of these and click the button and say, okay, Euro, let me check and see this. Euro that, Euro that. Okay, I see that, 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 I see that. And every single one of them jumped up at the same time. So therefore, there was nothing wrong with that on my part. It was just, guess what? On to the next one. Do everybody understand what I'm saying here? Type a 50 in the box if you understand what I'm saying. This is how you calm your soul. Every time there's a drawdown, you're panicking. Every time you lose a little trade, you're freaking out. Sometimes you got to remember you're in a boxing match. You're going to get punched. Calm your butt down or get out of the ring. If this is too much for you, I understand. That means you need to stop being in the financial arena, because whether you're in the stock market or whether you're in the options market or whether you're in the Forex market, and especially the Forex market, which is hypersensitive and can jump at any given time, guess what? Then you shouldn't be in here. Find something else to do, because this is part of it. If you don't want to get punched, then you shouldn't be a boxer. Okay? Go find another sport like soccer or something else where punching is illegal, and then you can throw a flag saying they illegally punched me. Yeah, they ain't supposed to punch you in soccer. Okay. But if you're gonna be in the boxing ring, you're gonna get punched. My son PJ was an MMA fighter and a boxer. And I've seen him. He got hands too, right? He was whacking on people, but they was whacking them back. That's just part of the game. Okay. That's just part of it. The good news is if you're doing your analysis and following our trading rules or following whatever rules you're using for whatever strategy, you'll win a lot more trades than you lose. And as a result of that, your account will be able to weather the storms of such as these because they're unavoidable. You can't tell the country, wait a minute, I'm in the trade. And do you know who I am? I am Uncle Peasy. Y'all, whatever news you got, hold it up until my trade is complete and then release it so I can close my trade out as a win-win. They don't care. I'm playing in their arena. They're not playing in mine. And I hope you guys understand that this has saved turmoil in my soul because nobody taught me this early on. In fact, nobody has ever even spoke about this. And yet all retail traders go through this because we are not taught what the big boys know. And some of this ain't a particular strategy that they know. They just are taught how to handle drawdown. They are taught how to handle losses and keep it moving. We're not taught this. We're self-taught people who come on YouTube channels and think we're the gurus. And when you saw about 3-4 people videos and now we out with a live account starting up thinking, well, okay, I'm finna start my career. No, you need education just like the other people got, which is why I do these classes every week and been doing them for the last several years. I'm not the expert, but I'm sharing tools and methods with you guys so that you'll understand how will Uncle P have handled this. And this is one of the things I do. This is my first go-to tool. As soon as I see a trade going against me or I see a trade that I lost, this is the first thing I'm doing. Let me go check the rest of them. And once I started learning this, yeah, I don't argue with I don't have that noise in my head. I don't have self-doubt in my head like that no more. Okay. I really hope this helps because some of you guys, and I'm going to tell you what you're doing. Some of you guys, here's what you're doing. When something like this happens and the trade goes against you, you go in the drawdown and you lose a trade, you throw away the entire strategy or the whole trading system you just got, and you go right back out and start from scratch and go pick a new one with a new thing. And then that one happens again and it happens again to you. And then you start fresh again and you're constantly starting over and over and over again, which is why you're inconsistent. If you had to go back through all of the trading systems and indicators and stuff you had learned, you can't pick one of them to say, okay, this is the actual one that if I use it consistently will be the one. Why? Because you're flipping over and over and over again. You're flipping them. Every time something like this happens, you flipping them thinking it was the system or the strategy or the indicator, and it was just, hey, it's the nature of the beast. These markets, they come out, news hit that country, it pops up their currency, and that's it. So sometimes it goes against you, sometimes it won't. But here's where I will tell y'all, oh my God, let me show you all this, and then I'll take hands. All right, let's go to the ocean wave. Ooh, Wheezy. Ooh, Wheezy. I got him this week, y'all. All right, I got him this week. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, let me go to ocean. NZDs. Ooh, ooh. Boy, I got him good. That move right there. Oh, Lord, that popped way down. See that move right there? Oh, Uncle P had jumped for joy. That was their interest rate news. It dropped so fast, I was just like, oh my God, oh my God. Woo, I was so happy, boy. I sat there and watched it. I said, let me see what's popping off. And Ocean Wave called it. Look, Ocean called it. Went slow, 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 so slow, and it dropped. Okay, and it looked like it can still keep going. We'll see. See? But oh my God, I called it. Now, let's look at it in real time. Here's what actually happened. Now, let's go to this one, and let's go to these NZD pairs. Look at that. You see this big drop? That was due to what? Inflation. Inflation. See this big candle? So if you are on the right side of the trade, you're happy. If you're on the wrong side of the trade, you're upset. Either way it goes, what was the same thing that's going on with the Euro pairs right now that the NZD pairs had? What is the big thing they all had in common? Talk. What is it? What do they have in common? I wanted to make sure you guys are getting this. Charlie got it first. You got it. News. News. It was news. That's what it was. And this is going to happen to you. Especially, now here's what I will tell you. This is the reason why your uncle started getting into researching news before the market opens, which is why I do the Sunday videos to give you guys heads up. There should not have been anybody who had been shocked about this news event coming out. The results of it, yes, we didn't know, but the actual news event, you should not have been taken by surprise, because I covered this on Sunday's video, which is why I started doing that for the last year, covering news events, because I say, well, I know it's helpful for me. Maybe let me just start doing news event videos on Sundays before the market opens, so that everybody has preparation to know what's coming out, and so they don't jump into trades too early, and then this happens to them and they thought it was going to go up and it goes against them. At least you knew there was a news event. However, on this one, I don't know what news event came out. I don't know what happened. I didn't see anything on my list. But it happens. So whatever, it must have been something said in that country and they're all celebrating. So it is what it is. Okay. Either way it goes, both of them were impacted by news. It had nothing to do with you. Okay. All right. Now, let me show this one last thing and then go ahead and raise your hand. If they have any questions, cool. I'll go ahead and answer them. If I don't, then guess what? We are done. But I'm telling you, that was one of the most valuable lessons to help me keep my sanity in this market, because you'll lose your sanity, especially when you're striving to be financially free. So anyway, here's the deal. As of this week, like I said, we don't have any winners. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. We don't have any losers this week. And the copycat, and that one trade, you guys, and I'll show you that momentarily, why I closed it out. And they did exactly what I said it was going to do. And that's the NZD cat. I've already closed it, so I'm going to show you guys exactly what I meant. All right, so we don't have any losers. And then this is what we had. So as of 2 months into the copycat service, look at us, as good of traders we are. Me, Jenny, and Dr. Elvis, we're good traders, but we still had 11 losses. There was nothing we could do. But does that really overshadow the 120 winners? No, it doesn't overshadow it. So the goal to become a successful trader is to gather up more winners than you get losers. That is the only way to be successful in this business. Are you guys following me? Okay. And somebody, I just saw your comment. They said, trading in the Forex market without checking news is like trying to fight somebody with one hand. And I totally agree. Okay. Some of these trade losses can be avoided if you do your due diligence before you take the trade. Many retail traders, they don't take their time to really slowly look at, okay, here's my process. I check news events first, which is what I always do. Before I take a trade, I want to check news events and see if there's anything coming out anytime soon on that particular pair that I'm about to trade. If it is, I'll probably leave it alone. Or I'll, like Reggie says all the time, I'll limp into it, meaning I'll use a small position, but I won't go full force because I don't know how that's going to turn out. So even the NZD pairs right before, because I had them in for a while, but they were stagnant. So right before the news event, what I did was I reduced my lot size prior to the news event, and boom, they hit like magic using the ocean wave. But if it would have went against me, at least I had reduced my lot size so that I wouldn't take that big of a loss if it went wrong. See how I'm prepping my head? Why? Because I knew a news event was coming up. Okay. I knew it. But I was also prepared that if it didn't work out, okay, I was prepared for that too. Why? Because I know it's part of the game. Okay. All right. All right. Any questions? Go ahead and raise your hand. Robert, stop. All right, any hands? Please raise your hand if you have any questions. Any questions, whether you're part of Super Easy or not, I don't really care. Just raise your hand if you have any questions so I can see if I can kind of guide you and give you some support. All right, Dale is up first. Dale, go ahead and unmute. And then Lyndon, I see you. Okay, Dale.
Hi. I'm not a member of the copycat yet, but do you have to ask a broker if you can copy trade through their company, or does that not matter?
No, it doesn't. When that question typically comes in is when people are dealing with prop firms. Some prop firms allow it, some don't. So if you're not dealing with a prop firm, then you're fine. If you are with a prop firm, you might want to ask them ahead of time, which is what I did with the one I'm working with. And I'm sorry, I can't tell you which one I'm working with, but I did ask them in advance. I said, hey, are you guys cool with me getting, using a copier service on my accounts? Because, we do trade. I do trade my accounts, but also get copied on my trades. And they say, yeah, we don't have a problem with it. So I said, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. So if you're not in a prop firm and you're just using a normal broker, then yeah, they're fine.
Any broker would work then.
Yeah, as long as they offer the MT4 or MT5 platform.
And
Mhm.
which would you go with, an MT4 or MT5 if you're just starting?
It doesn't matter because
Oh,
remember,
either one? Okay.
once you put the copier on, it's just copying our trades onto your account. So it really doesn't matter. Now, in my personal perspective of which platform do I like best, I do not like the MT5 at all. Oh my God. I don't know what it's terrible in my opinion, but some people may love it, but it sags, it drags, it's slow. The only thing I do like is the MT5's mobile version. When you put in your stop loss and take profit, they have a little feature where you can just click on your entry and then drag it and drag it. I do like that. But outside of that, and I do like that you can actually see the charts better with the MT5 version on the mobile. But all of these things are mobile, which you can't put any custom indicators on your mobile. So my opinion says if you can open an account with an MT4, go with the MT4. Okay.
Okay. And on the losing trades of a copycat, what what would be a typical loss, like pips lost? Or is it big or not so big?
I have no idea. You got to remember
I see.
you got three of us trading and all three of us trade differently. So I don't know. We don't track all that.
And would you put all three of you on one license or break it down or
That's how totally that's one of those things I leave it up to the person to make that decision. And it also I will say this, if you're starting off with a small amount, I would say break it up because you got us at any given time, you can have six trades running. Two of us, it's three of us times two open trades that makes six trades running at any given time. Okay. And we close them out or hit them as they hit and break even or closed out. You just popping them out. We popping them out. We popping them out. So one hand don't really know what the other is doing. Get what I'm saying? We're trading our accounts the way we normally would, and you're just simply being copied on them. So depending on the size of your account, if you have like $500 or less, I probably would break it up, just to make sure that your account can handle the volume of trades that's coming in. But that's up to you. That's one of those things I really can't give advice because it's got kind of like giving financial advice, and I don't get into that. So let me show you what I mean, sis. Hold on, stay right there. And this because this question does come in, but I'm sorry, there's certain things I just cannot answer, or I can, but I ain't going to. I'm not
yeah.
going to.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to because we got silly people. And I was telling my team, I said, you know what? Here's what's unfortunate. No matter how much good I'm trying to do for people, some people are just not for us, even in the group. They join us just to try to sabotage us. And that's quite unfortunate. So, anyway, here's an example of what we've done so far this week. And this is only Wednesday. Look at how many trades: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. We already put out 14 trades in this Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of trades, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. However, we already closed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, though. But
Mm-hmm.
but you see how the volume of trades when they start coming in? You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're pouring in, they pouring in. So as long as your account size can handle the trades coming in, and some of them will go into drawdown. Some of them will. That's going to happen. Nothing you can do about that, but, just as long as you see an example, that's why I'm putting it on screen because this question comes up quite often. And this is not just answering for you, but a lot of people are going to watch this later and they ask this question. So look at what we've done. And this is just Wednesday. We are high volume trading group because of me trading on my own, Elvis doing his thing, Jenny doing her thing. And I don't consult with her. We do have this sheet so we can glance and see how many trades are open and running at a time. But we don't say, okay, Jenny, what about this one? Well, Dr. Elvis, what about? We don't do all that. We just, hey, we're on our thing. We're trading our accounts, and you're simply being copied on it. That's all it is. So as long as you can handle this volume of trading, you're good to go, sis. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it better to do a percent on your account or a lot size?
Me, I'm always, you can do either or, but I'm always a fan of picking my lot size.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, I've always done that. But again, there's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's
uh-huh.
totally up to you. You can put 1 or 2% of your account, which is fine, and go with that. Or you can do a fixed lot size.
Is there a copycat group that gives their personal opinions about brokers? Since you don't give an opinion, but are you going to open a copycat group site that we can go and see what others are doing?
Well, I already have one, but we have so many groups, and I'm trying to phase that out, to be honest, because we have too many, a lot of work monitoring all these groups, and a lot of them are just, you have this group over here, and this group over here, and this group over here, and it tends to be the same conversations in all of the groups. Get what I'm saying? And so when we opened up the copycat group for chat, it was simply to start everybody off to make sure everybody was functioning on the same page. Now that we released the last version that seemed to have solved all the headaches with the brokers and their manipulation and everything is running fine, I'm looking to phase that out because again, Donna and I and some others, we're constantly in these groups. Just it's really distracting, to be honest with you. It's a complete distraction because
I
we're so much time monitoring, making sure no scammers are in there and this and that. So it's kind of like we're the watchdogs of these groups, and that's taken a lot of time from other things we could be doing. So I'm sorry to say, I'm going
That's
to.
okay. Okay. And thank you for all your little bits of wisdom that you give in your videos. It helps
Mhm.
us understand what we should or shouldn't be doing. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you for watching too. All right, let's get to the next hand. Okay. Yeah, like I said, guys, good intentions can turn out to be very laborious, and chat groups are very laborious because every time I do something new, everybody wants a chat group, but it's tedious to sit there and you have to watch to make sure this person ain't doing this person. It's like babysitting, and it gets tiresome. So we got so many groups from Signals group. You have Elvis's group, and you have Jenny's there. Then you have the couple other groups that we got going on. So I'm trying to reduce it because it's just wearing us out as a staff. It's just tiring us out, and it's just pretty much duplicate conversations. Okay, it's just duplicate stuff. Same things that's being talked about in this group, same thing being talked about in this group. So I'm looking to phase it out. I really am. Okay, yeah. And Robert says in this copycat group, they ask the same question several times per day. And yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly my point. Exactly my point. Okay. Let me say this and then let me go to Lyndon's hand. Truth be told, and I was telling my team this, and I told you guys this, trading should not be stressful. It is one of the simplest jobs on earth. Let me get this out the way. Let me show you what I mean before I take the next hand. Whether this trade win or lose, that's cool. Okay. But here's this. Let's just say I like this trade because it's hitting up against resistance. Okay. And whatever strategy, whatever. I'm not telling you to take this trade. I'm just doing a demonstration for you. So but whatever. You come to here, you check news events, and if you don't see news events, whatever, okay, that's fine. But you do your analysis. You say, okay, I got XYZ number of dollars in my account, so I'm going to use, like this account. I think this demo account got 5 racks in it. That's a black colloquialism saying for $5,000. We got 5 racks. Okay, we got 5 racks up in here. Okay, I know I got an international audience. Okay, so 5 racks. We got 5 racks up in this bad boy. Okay, so I'm just going to use 0.05. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to take this trade. Bam, I'm in this trade. Okay, for the first time when you open a broker account, it's going to pop this message up saying, all right, 1-click trading. Okay, which means on your 1 click, you can automatically go back in and set your take profit and the stop loss. So you're going to click it the one time. You only got to do this once with the new broker. So now I'm going to go back in and do this again. All right, so I do see my support and resistance level, supply and demand zone up here. All right, supply and demand zone. So I'm going to put it above that one. That give me a 68 pip stop. And so I just match it up, 68 pips. All right, 70 is good. All right. How long did it literally take me to take that trade? Explain to me, okay? Come on, type. Yeah, I want everybody to see this. I want you guys to really understand your job. Everybody's in agreement. It didn't take me less than a minute to do my actual job of trading. Less than a minute. But when you add in all this other noise and all these other things, it becomes so distracting until it's hard when by the time you come to these charts, you're nervous as a cricket, you're double and triple, what do they say? Paralysis by analysis. Now you've got all these people in your head thinking about this. Well, this person said this and this person said. So by the time you come to these charts, you're not thinking clearly. You're distracted. And now you're making mistakes when normally it was just like, okay, you used to come and, had a good time. And if the trade loses, you move on to the next one. It was just that easy. But the more you deal with more people coming in, the more voices are coming into your head. So every time you take a trade, now you're fearful. You're fearful. And it becomes stressful. Now you don't sleep when you're in the trade. You're up all night watching that trade because you got all these people in your head telling you this and that, and you're distracted when it just used to be a peaceful process. And you already knew, why am I even, watch this. Why would I even have considered what amount is in my account so that I knew what lot size I was going to use? Because I'm already setting my pre-risk. So if I already know about how much I'm going to lose, look, I got a $5,000 account on this demo, 5 racks. What is my potential loss? I use 1%, okay, or less than 1%, 1%. What is my loss? Only $20, 21 bucks. On a $5,000 account. Why am I up all night then? Why are you checking it all day long? Why are you crying about drawdown? I'm in drawdown now. I'm 5 pips in drawdown. Oh my God, I'm in drawdown. So what? So what? It comes with the territory. You can't. I have for years. One of my main focuses is being precise with entry timing, which is why I started building indicators to see, okay, when they touch against resistance levels and this and that, and this time frame and this and that, okay, I'm trying to work on my timing to reduce drawdown. I have been doing that for years. However, look at what's happening here. It has hit against a resistance dot and is still climbing. Why? Because it has nothing to do with the trading system. It was something that happened in that country and the news popping off. That's what's going on. Ain't nothing you can do about that. That's why you had decided how much you was going to put on the trade before you placed the trade. Can I get an amen on that? That's why you did it. So if you're going to predetermine how much you are comfortable losing, why are you tripping if you lose it? Why are you panicking? It's in drawdown. Okay, did it hit your stop loss? No. What you doing? Go find something else to do. This is why many successful professional Forex traders, this is why they start a business. This is why they start other businesses, so that they're distracted away from watching the tick by tick, moment by moment movement of the trade. Because once you enter the trade, put your stop loss and take profit. Realistically, there's nothing else you need to be doing. And watching the trade tick by tick is not going to make it work any better. It is what it is. Either it's going to go up in your favor or it's not. If you don't feel comfortable with the trade, then close it out right now. That's about all you can do. But the controlling of the movement of the market, it's moving past your supply and demand, support and resistance level. It's breaking past my, okay, then if you feel comfortable, uncomfortable, close it. But if you have predetermined and it hasn't touched it yet, chances are it may spike and turn back around and drop. How do you know? Relax. And it's just stressful. And so we're monitoring this to make sure that people are happy. Then we got to monitor groups to make sure there's no foolishness going on in there. And now we're just policemen. And it's tiresome. It's tiresome. Donna, can I get an amen from you, sis? It's tiresome. Okay. Guys, make this simple. Take your trades, go find something else to do. This is why I understand a lot of people are trying to quit your job. And I'll take the rest of these hands, but please hear me doggone good. Many of you want to quit your job. I think that will be one of the most detrimental mistakes you will ever make in the Forex arena. Because now, if you're already pissing and panicking over your pants over 7 or 8 pips in drawdown, can you imagine that you don't have a job to distract you? And all day, this is all you're going to be doing because you ain't got your head together? Can you imagine that? So you want to quit your job so you can be a full-time panicker. Thank you, Monica. She said, yep. She says, I had to start working again to stay busy and away from the charts. That's my point. This trade, technically, I'm not even 5 pips. I'm not even 8 pips in drawdown because the spread is 2, so I'm only 6 pips. But some people, they're panicking. And just imagine if you want to trade big accounts. Oh, I want to trade these big accounts. I want a prop firm account. I want to trade $100,000 account. Uncle P, you hear me? Yeah, I hear you. But that means, are you comfortable with being $1,000 in drawdown? Can you handle it? What about being 2,500 in drawdown on a $250,000 account? Can you handle it? You telling me $3, I'm in big drawdown, and you was less than $20 in drawdown across the board on all your trades. But you said you was in quote unquote big drawdown, and you want to go to the big leagues? Are you really ready? Or should you use this time with these small accounts to get your thinking process together, to understand that I'm going to get punched? This is what it's going to feel like. And if I can't handle it with $100 account, Lord, let me stop asking for $100,000 account. Let me stop trying to go for these prop firm challenges with big accounts when I can't even handle a $10 drawdown. Because it's going to come with it. And the numbers are going to be way bigger. Way bigger. Woke up this morning on some of my trades, $3 in drawdown. What can I do? Nothing, just sit still. I ain't tripping. It is what it is. Because I know where they're going to go. But if they don't go, I've already predetermined how much I'm willing to lose on it. What can I do? Come and teach this class? Hello? So if you can't handle $5, $10 drawdown, I'm telling you, stop now. Train your mind to accept you're going to get punched. It happens. Everybody type 100 in the box if that makes sense to you. Stop asking for more if you can't handle where you are. I'm going to the next level. No, you're not. You need to stop begging for the next level because you can't handle the one you're on. I want more in 2024. And you can't handle 2023's level. To be honest, you couldn't handle 2021's level. And here it is, 2024, and you demanding more. And you wonder why God don't answer all prayers. Because your request could destroy you. And I'm clearly seeing it in the retail space. As soon as I see somebody talking about, oh my God, I'm in drawdown, I already know. And it's okay if you're a beginner. I understand. But at some point along the way, you should be saying, oh, I've been trading for months now. I understand this is just part of the boxing match. But if you're 6 months in, a year in, and you're still crying about drawdown, I don't know about you being here. Uncle P, that really ain't nice. Well, that's fine. I'm not here to be nice to you. I'm here to be your coach. And I'm telling you the truth. Now, I will say, if you're in too many pairs that are in drawdown, yeah, I can understand that. That I understand. I do get that. That's different. I'm talking about a person who's only in 1 or 2 trades, maybe 3, and they're in major drawdown only by $5. That's a different story. See, they're different. They're different. 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 I don't like being in drawdown. So that's why I reduced the number of pairs I'm in at any given time so that I'm not in drawdown, maybe because of something like this where the market just popped off because of news event, and now I'm in drawdown across the board on all of these. And that's not anybody's fault. It just happens. So for me to control my emotions, I don't have all of these trades. I just reduce it down to handle it because I have to be able to emotionally handle it. This is a very emotional game, you guys. This is what you don't understand. It is a highly emotional game. This is why they keep telling you the psychology part is more important than the trading. This is what they mean, family. And so adding other groups and all these other things to an already emotionally stressful business is only fracturing us as a team. And that's why I'm reducing things down. So I hope you guys understand that. Okay. All right. Let me get to the next hand. Yeah, nobody likes drawdown, but again, we can control it by how much we put on the trade and how many trades we're in. So going back to what she had asked me, yeah, I think breaking it up, if you don't want to be in too many trades at one time that could potentially go into drawdown because of something like this, then yeah, break up the monopoly so that you can have some trades going on this account because it comes with up to 3 accounts, this by the way. So break it up so that some accounts could be followed on this one and some on this one to break it up. Okay. Okay. Because if you're in a lot of trades with us, which are high volume traders, that's a different story. Because yes, you don't want to be in a whole lot of drawdown. It makes you uncomfortable. Not saying they're going to lose, but you be in drawdown and you got to wait. That's all it means. A drawdown means I have to wait. Okay. And we're a very impatient group of people, especially the retail space. We're very, very impatient. So I get that. But if you're only in 2 or 3 trades and there's a drawdown, just relax. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. All right. Let's get to the next one. Lyndon, go right ahead.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I sure can.
Awesome. I just had a quick question for you. I agree with everything with what you're saying, but I want to ask you in terms of like your RR, like what's your average RR? Because it's like, for example, if you take 10 trades, right? And let's just say you win 9 of them, right? But the thing is you lose one and that one loss completely wipes out those 9 trades. Like, how do you manage your risk that way? That's why I'm asking like what the average risk to reward is. I think Robert mentioned it in the chat. And I guess it is a little different if you're trading like with like a broker versus a prop firm. But that's why I'm asking because I just want to know how to manage the risk.
Yeah, so I know for me, when I'm trading, I typically do a 1-to-1. And then when it hits a level of comfort where I say, you know what, I think that everybody will be happy with these number of pips going in their account, I can close the trade at any given time, but I'm always starting with a 1-to-1 risk ratio. Always, always.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. That's what I want to ask.
Okay. Now, here's my philosophy. You want my personal philosophy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, since we are a high volume company, and let me put this back up so you guys can clearly see what I'm saying. Let me cut this so you guys can see this. Okay. And I learned this from a very, very popular YouTuber who's genuinely a very good Forex trader, very, very good trader. I won't say his name, but very, very good trader. And he had talked about this. He said, you know what? The reason I'm comfortable, he said, I can lose a number of these trades, but all I need is one good one. And so I'm good there, but he's using the way he trades. All right. So our way of doing it is this. So far we're 8 winners and no losses this week, right? So that brings us to a grand total in 2 months. In just 2 months, 120 winners and only 11 losses. So even if these 11 losses are full losses, wouldn't you agree that just with 11 losses, somehow, some way, with 120 winners, whether we're closing them out earlier, this and that, that we are creating more volume of winners that can easily absorb even full losses with no problem? Would you agree?
Yeah, I would, just by the numbers, yeah.
That's the right point. We have a different strategy than the average retailer because we do high volume, and we know as long as we're pumping out high volume of winners, even if we have to take one on the chin once a week or once or two, which it happened early in the year where we got these 11 losses. If we get a loss here or there, the rest of the trades for the remaining week will easily absorb that one loss, even if it's a full loss, and we can keep it going as a team. So we don't make a big deal of the loss. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. To be honest, like I agree with you. Like I understand like losing's a part of the game. I just want to control like my loss. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was asking.
But what I'm sharing with you is a different way of looking at it. Because the way we look at it, so for an example, and I get your points. Okay, so let's say you took 10 trades, and you close them out 10 pips each, treat them out as a scalp. I get it. You take 10 and you close out for 10 trades, and okay, you got 100 pips at the end of that number. But then you have one trade that is like 80 pip loss. So 100 pips, were up 100 pips. One trade took you back and knocked out the other 80 of those pips. Aren't you still walking away with 20 pips though?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it don't matter. You
Okay.
still,
So your risk to reward is always positive. It's not, you
yeah,
don't take like negative. Okay. Okay.
it's about your how you comfortable you feel in what you're doing. Our way of working around it, which is quite different from other people, which is why I'm sharing this with you guys. Our philosophy and how we see it is different from others. As a high volume trading group, we know we have a very high winning percentage amongst the team. Okay. Therefore, if any one of us on the team suffers a loss during the week, we already know the supporting cast will bring enough winners in to cover our backs and we can keep it moving. In other words, if a person says, hey, they write me a check, that's great. You wrote me a check for 50 grand. What am I going to be worried about? Do you have enough in your account to cover it? You see the point?
Yeah.
So with us, we have enough in our winning bag as a high volume group to cover any one member of the team who takes a loss here or there. And we can keep it moving and keep people's portfolios growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. That's how we do it.
Gotcha.
So it's a different way of looking at it. So
Yeah.
you got one-to-ones, you got your 1-to-2s, and some people will only take trades if it's only a 1-to-3 risk ratio. So that means they can lose a number of trades. But if that one trade wins later on, because it's a 1-to-3, it can cover the other ones. So there's many different ways of looking at it. I'm just sharing our way of doing it as a super easy family team. We do things different over here.
Yeah. Okay. I'll probably get like separate accounts and just manage it that way.
Yeah, I would
Yeah, I
agree.
got you. I got you. I got you. Thank you.
That's
I
a really
appreciate
good
it.
question, though. That's a really good question. I like that question. That's a good one. That's a good question. Yeah.
Thank you for answering.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate your question. That was a good one. Very good question. That was smart. That was a wise question. All right, let's go to EV. I did not know. I don't want to mess your name up. Evan, go ahead and unmute. Evan yet? Hope I'm. Yeah, go ahead and click on the unmute button. It should be an unmute button, a speaker button. Okay. All right. Well, no worries. Go ahead and type your question. I can see your question. Nobody else type anything. Just let this person type. Go ahead and type your question now. I'll go ahead and answer it. Ms. Donna, let me go ahead. Ms. Donna, can you raise your hand and let me know and let everybody hear from you? Do you have anything that you wanted to share with the group or anything important that we need to share with them? And Jay, I'll see you. I'll get your hand next. Donna, you had anything? Or if not, probably not. If not, that's cool.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey guys. No, I mean I think you've covered everything. It's everything is running more smoothly now. But I mean, no, I really don't right now at the moment. I think that everything is running good. And if anybody has any questions, just email me at the Simplicity email and we'll take care of you there.
Well, thank you, Ms. Donna, and you're doing such a fabulous job. Everybody, well, don't type yet. I was going to say everybody type a 10, but I've got to read this guy question. Thank you, Ms. Donna.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, cool. This company, boy, we'd be lost without Ms. Donna. She's amazing, working behind the scenes, helping everybody. All right, he's saying I'm from the copycat member from Saturday. Okay, welcome. I'm excited and say thank you. My question is, if other days happens that we have to change the. Okay, I don't think he finished the question. Go ahead and finish typing out that question. And while you're doing that, let me get Jay's hand. Jay, go ahead and unmute.
Good morning, Uncle P. How are you doing?
Morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I was just wondering, is there any way that you can create a separate channel for the copycat where you just have like where you just have the open trades like you did before?
Like I said, I plan on phasing the whole thing out because truth is, since we did the last release, nobody, which was great. That's what Donna was talking about. Nobody is saying, "Oh, well, what trades is this and what's it? I'm missing that." No, because everything running smooth now. You know, so it really it doesn't have a purpose. And so no,
Okay.
because that's what exactly my point. It's literally wearing us out because every group that we open requires us to actually have to monitor the group to make sure that no knuckleheads are in there doing things. And like Robert said, the same question is being asked in this group. It's the same ones being asked in this group, and it's just tiring. And I know
Okay.
another group. In fact, to be honest with you, any other thing that I do from here on out, I will emphatically not open another chat group. It is tiresome.
Okay.
That part of the business, to be honest with you, Jay, wears me out more than trading in itself. It is tiring. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for your question. Just being honest with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, it is tiring. It is wearing us out. We spend a ton of time monitoring groups, and some of the groups are helpful because you want good information and stuff like that. But a lot of it is just, making sure that people are not in there trying to do scams, and this is just tiring, and it's just wearing us out because what we want to do is take our trades like you do and go on about our life. Because even in the copycat group, remember, there shouldn't be a lot to talk about other than the fact you getting copied on our trades. So there's nothing that needs to be discussed as far as like, I'll give you this just to be fair. When we came out with simplicity and stuff like that and the ocean wave, okay, that group is helpful because you guys can discuss amongst each other, different ways you're looking at it and this and that, because you have to personally do your own trading and decision making. Okay. But with the copycat, there is zero decisions you make. The whole point of the copycat is so that you guys can simply set it up once in 5 or 10 minutes and you walk the heck away and never be involved with trading again. So to have a separate group, which is why it's not very fruitful, it doesn't make sense because what are you going to talk about other than the fact you getting copied on our trades? And if you say, hey, you know what, it'd been like, which we have done that over the last several days. You know what? Somebody people emails, I haven't received any trades in a couple of days. Then we go in, we take a look and chant, and every single time without repentance, every single time, there was something they did not do on the setup part. And it was a simple fix. Trades popped in and now they're off and running. So there's no reason for the group to be there or for me to, because it was really tiresome for our team to say, okay, how often should we be posting our open trades and this and that? None of that is distracting. So that's the reason why we're cutting that out. I just want to cut it out eventually. I'm going to phase it out. That's why I took it off the site and there's no more access to it because you're just getting copied on our trades. And if you have any problems, send us an email. Take us about 5 minutes to fix your issue. And then you're back up and running and you go on about your life and we go on about ours. Okay. All right. So that's that. Okay. So let me see if I can read this question. He said, okay. My question is, if other days happen that we have to change we have to change the accounts of the providers and links to the new ones. If any happens again, what do I have to do with the open trades we have after disconnecting from those accounts? What I did this time was manually close them out. Yeah, you're going to have to close them out. All right. So let me repackage his question so that everybody understands what he's asking. And this is a very good question. Very good question. Very, very good question. Okay. Here's what happened. So when AAFX acted a fool, we had open trades still running. They were swing trades, which is why they took a while and they were in drawdown because some of those trades were trades that was taken off of higher time frames, such as off the 4-hour or the daily time frames. Okay, which means expect to hold swing trades longer. They're not day trades. Day trades are on shorter time frames. Swing trades are on higher time frames. They're much, much more accurate. But it just requires you to actually treat them like a 401k and IRA, which means stop staring at them every single day. It's going to take a time before they play out. Okay. So if you want to save your nerves from going crazy, don't look at swing trades. Okay. Because they're going to drive you nuts every day. Okay. And that's even for me. Okay. But what happens if the broker does something janky like AAFX did, where they had shut down people's accounts while the trades were still open, and they even did our accounts? We weren't even able to go in to modify the accounts, to close them out and this and that and the other. For an example, I'll give you an example. Here's a perfect example. NZD, and let's go to that right now so y'all can see it. How many of y'all was in the copycat family and I sent out this sales trade for NZD CHF? Type a yes in the box. This was my last trade with them. Come on, he can't be the only person. All right, type. There you go. You in the copycat family? Yes. You look at was I 100% correct on my analysis? Look at NZD Swiss as we speak. That thing dropped like a rock. I was 100% correct on my analysis, and that one should have been another winner. That one should have been. But what happened? The broker was manipulating the accounts and messing things up. So what I did was, because some people say, well, on the MT5, it was still running, but on the MT4, it wasn't. Here's what I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to close the trade out because it was going to be a loser. I was trying to close it out because they were manipulating and shutting down servers. And I told you guys that I spoke to them the night before. And what happened less than 24 hours later? They sent out a massive email to everybody because I talked to them the night before and said, how is it possible that you shutting down your servers and shutting down people's accounts without informing them up front? With your crooked 2 left feet self. I spoke to them the night before, and the next day they sent out an email to all of you guys. But I told you the night before that they was doing some shady stuff. So I was closing out this trade, not because it was going to lose, but I was trying to save the account because I knew I would be locked out, and I was able to get the MC4 version closed the trade before they froze it. MT5, they locked it. And I still, to this day, I can't get into it. That is why. So it was never meant to be closed as a loss. And this is why this is what I'll be trying to explain to people. Oh, well, you said no, it was not closed to be a loss. It was closed to save from the broker's manipulation. That's why we did that. As you can see, it was clearly a winner. Clearly a winner. Clearly. But I knew what was going on. And it was unfortunate. So anytime that happens to you guys, listen, just, hopefully it never happens again. This is the first time I've been in the Forex business since 2018. This is the first time I've seen broker manipulations, but I've never seen anything like that. So let's not even talk about, I don't want to jinx us as a group. So guess what? I don't think it'll ever happen again. So let's just leave it at that. But that is why I did that. I didn't try to close it because I thought it was a losing trade. I was trying to protect the group. And this is one of those things I'm talking about for everybody when you're clear. We got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in the copycat family now. And so every trade that any one of us take, we have to have hundreds of people in our head at the same time. And so that's the reason why we're restricting and backing off on doing other chat groups and all these other things, because it's too distracting when you already got hundreds of people on your back in your head when you take every trade. And if once something like this happens and you have to close a trade, you're explaining to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people why you did that. And they think that you didn't know what you were doing. No, it wasn't me. I was trying to protect you from what the broker was doing. Type of amen if y'all understand exactly what I'm saying. It's not easy. It's not easy when you got all these people in your head. Every trade you take, you now got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in your head. And the company is going to grow. So we reach a couple of thousand, then it's going to be thousands. The deal for us is continue to be consistent. And here's the truth. Here's the truth. I'm giving y'all market psychology. Here's something. I'm giving you more trading psychology and business psychology. Either way it goes, because I'm about to do it right now, because that was the last question. I'm about to head out. Here's the deal. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they was telling me, because we was talking about, spending quiet time in prayer. And I said, well, I'm trying to do it, but my mind be just noisy. I say, I know. It makes it difficult to sit still and be quiet. And whether you pray or meditate, whatever, sitting still and doing nothing triggers something within the soul, where the soul gets active, and so does the mind. And that mind just start running like a thoroughbred with all these different ideas. And you say, I'm gonna go, you even try to go on vacation. And what happens? That mind just start going. Type of 50 if that ever happened to you. Your mind just do not shut down. It just constantly keep going over problem. It just, it's just a nonstop chatter going on in your brain all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. And there's a guy, Eckhart Tolle, who wrote a book, but it just confirms what the Bible has said. But the guy, he wrote a book, Eckhart Tolle, I can remember his name, but can't remember the title. A New Earth, it's called the book. It's a really good book, actually. A New Earth. But he talked about how he was really down and I think, didn't want to live anymore. And then he was sitting at a park. And he said, I observed a voice in my head saying, I don't want to live here. And he asked himself one simple question. He said, who is this other person talking in my head? He said, I stepped out of the person who was talking to become the observer of my own thoughts. Basically, is what he was saying. I began to observe my own thoughts. And he said, who is this talking in my head? Because if you're an observer, you can't be the talker. It has to be two individual people. Are you hearing me? I'm not trying to philosophize, but I'm telling you the truth. If you're chattering that's going on in your head and you're able to observe that you're having too much chatter in your head, you can't be the chatterer and the person saying, I think I got too much noise in my head. That tells you it's two separate tenants living in the same building called your mind. Thus, that's what the Bible is saying when it says you have a soul and a spirit. They're separate. Now, this ain't no biblical church class. I'm teaching you about Forex trading. So what happens is, as Forex traders, when you start trading for other people, I don't care if you're trading for your mama or daddy, or whether you start trading for hundreds of people or thousands of people, it's going to be the same. The fact that when you were trading for yourself, the noise is smaller because any decision you make, win or lose, it's just you. You ain't got to explain nothing. So if your cousin say, hey, man, I heard you trading. Can you trade for me? Here's my $50. What happens? Now you go back to the same trades, but you're not just thinking about for yourself. You're thinking about, well, Pookie gave me $50 and he's expecting a return on his investment. Type of 50 in the box if you hear what I'm saying. So Pookie is now up in your head. So every trade you take, you ain't just thinking about you no more. You think about you and Pookie. Oh, Pookie. You know what I mean? And old Pook Pook wants you to flip that $50 by tomorrow. So he's a high demand client with a very small pocket. High expectations, small amount. So Pook Pook is on your back. Why I ain't see no returns? Why am I in drawdown? Why? And see, now Pook Pook is up over here. Yeah. Texting you, blowing up, calling your phone. Hey, what's going on with the trades? What's going on? And so now you was quiet. And if you hit a loss or whatever, you fought within your own mind, but it was cool because it was just you and your own mind. But now you got Pook Pook. And then Pook Pook, you actually flipped some money for Pook Pook. Pook Pook goes and tells JoJo. Now JoJo comes over and gives you $75. Now you got to trade for Pook Pook and JoJo. So now you got three people up in your head. You, Pook Pook, and JoJo. And then JoJo tells Susu, and Susu tells, you understand what I'm saying? And the group gets bigger, and you're happy that the group is getting bigger. But what else is getting bigger? Type. What else is getting bigger? I want to see if you guys get this. Some of you guys always want to be leaders and go to next levels. You got it. To stress levels. What else? I'm looking for something else. Responsibility. There you go. Veronica got it. The noise in your head. The noise in your head gets bigger. Because, watch this, because some of you guys got some good answers, and you said stress levels and responsibilities. But watch this. Those are a byproduct of the noise in your head. They're a byproduct. So your stress levels get bigger because the responsibility got bigger, because the noise in your head got bigger. So this is why I keep warning people, do not go for bigger if you cannot handle it. Stop praying for things that you can't handle. Because if you can't handle it on your level, could it be possible that's why your prayers are not being answered for more? You like the outcome, but you don't like the noise. And so here's a way around that. And I'll close with this because I'm about to go do it now. And I found the bigger this company got, the more I had to do of this. And this is what, if you read scripture, and again, I'm not trying to tell you no doctrine, do your thing, don't argue with me. I don't want to hear all that noise. But when I see truth, it is truth. Here's the reason why. You will read in scripture where you will read that Jesus will go alone and pray. And one time, there was a time where he was in prayer, but he only brought 2 people with him. But that was a rare occasion. Majority of the time, and it says, in the Bible, it says, and Jesus would wake up a great while before day and go pray. Well, there were some key things in there. It says, not only did he go pray alone, but he did it a great while before day. Okay. Which means in Eastern culture, so I heard, that could be 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, something around there, way before everybody else wakes up. Why? I need to get my head together before I have to deal with all these people. I have to balance out the noise in my head. I got to get quiet. So when I deal with people, I can have the peace in my soul to handle the pressure. Are you guys hearing me? So I found, for me, I love now going walking in nature. I love being quiet. I just go and be quiet and say, God, give me guidance. I appreciate the growth, but I need to know how to handle it. Or else I will implode and I will explode. And women who are married to angry men, I have been saying this for years. Men, if we were being honest, women can talk to their girlfriends. We don't. We don't have girlfriend talks. Even when guys get together, we talk about sports, we talk about anything else, but we really don't talk about emotions. And as a result, all this pressure is building up inside of you. And you're imploding. But you can't say it to anybody because you got to pretend like you got it all together all the time. Then when you get around and somebody say the wrong thing, what happens? The implosion that was taking place explodes on the other people who was out there. And they're thinking you're exploding on them, but they had no idea you was already imploding on yourself. Guys, type of amen if you find that to be true. It's the pressure. It's pressure. 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 And this is why they say stress can kill you. And trading is a stressful business. It doesn't have to be, it shouldn't be, but it is for many people. So when I'm telling you guys, here's some things you need to do, I'm telling you for a reason. Okay? And quitting your job, in my opinion, is not the best solution. I think that would be a big, devastating mistake. Here's what I suggest, and I'll leave you guys with this. And if you're with me, still type of amen. I want to make, or type of 20. I want to make sure y'all with me. See, I figured type of 20 for everybody, because guys, you notice I said to guys type of amen, here ain't no, see, nobody, not a single one came through. Not a single one. Why? Men suffer, but they don't want to say nothing about it. They want to pretend like everything cool. Did y'all see that? Not a single comment came through. Not a single one. But all men know I'm telling the truth. But that's the point. We don't say anything. Monica said they were just listening. No, that's what we do. We pretend like we're just listening. Like, oh, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. And blowing up on the inside. Worry and stress. Blowing up. Let me leave you guys with this. for some people, the copycat came as a blessing to them. For the first time, they're able to get their sales away from the charts and not stress over, the process of trading. And now they can go back, and I've gotten testimonies from people saying, I'm so glad y'all did this, because now I can go back to school and study what I was really trying to study, because they was actually trying to trade to pay for school, I guess, I'm assuming, and other endeavors. So now that they have this, they don't have to worry about it, and they have learned hopefully the blessing of just check your account once a week. That's all you need to do. Just check it once a week. You don't check your 401k and IRA every day, every minute. So why do this? Just sit back and relax, okay? But the deal is, if you're going to trade on your own and you have high stress levels already, one, either wait until the stress passes, or number two, if you're trading by yourself, only take 1 or 2 trades a week, maybe 3 tops. That's it. Don't take any more. Don't take any more. Because every trade you take, if you notice that you begin to get stressful over the trade, then that means you have not mastered the psychology part of the trading, which I don't know if it can be mastered. I don't know if it can. The Bible says where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. What it means, where your treasure is, where your money is, there will your emotions be also. And your money is at risk. So no matter, even if it was just $3 to $5, now you all of a sudden that $3 to $5 magnified to as if it's $1 million. Why? Because it's your real money on the account. So you tend to get distracted. You're not as effective at work anymore. You tend not to have good sleep anymore. Your relationships amongst people is devastated because you're part-time husband, you're a part-time wife, part-time girlfriend or boyfriend. You're really not there full-time like you used to be, because half of the time your mind is on that trade and not on the things that were important. So if that's the case, only take as many trades as you can emotionally handle, and only take those 1, 2, or 3 trades a week with the amount of money that you can emotionally handle. Type of 200 if y'all hear what I'm saying. This is psychology in this business. This is truth. So when people ask me, hey, you want to start more groups and this and that? No. Why? Because it puts more noise in our heads. And we're spending more time discussing the noise than we are the actual business of trading for the people. Okay. Only take what you can handle. All right, you guys. All right, I'll end class for this. Thank you very much. By the way, again, if you have not watched my video from yesterday on the prop firms and this and that, and especially what was key is to listen to the guy who owns a prop firm. Yes, he uses foul language, but he's raw and uncut, but he does own a prop firm himself. And he had been warning people, because I've been following him for a long time, and he had been warning that all of this stuff was going to happen months ago. So he's kind of like the freaking Nostradamus in this business. He said, I'm telling you, here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. And shortly enough, and it happened faster than what he said it was going to do. But he was the one who said it. He called it like nobody's business. And the reason why is because he's an insider, because he actually owns a prop firm. So he can tell you what's really going on. So I just liked his honesty. So if you haven't saw that video I posted up, please watch